This is done by the students in calligraphy class. So they do that in the afternoons. We got a calligraphy master here. They like it.
Cool. Hey everybody, I'm Ziv and welcome to another video of Voices from China. And once again, I'm here at the Huawei School, Tsinglan School of International Education, this time with Huey, Mr. H, as the students call you.
Students call me Mr. H.
And you teach fourth grade?
Teach fourth grade math, and I'm a fourth grade homeroom teacher.
Right, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after the break. All right, Huey, so where are we now? This is a coffee shop.
This is our cafe shop, yeah. So if you ever want to meet with parents or you want to just hang out here, then you can come down here and hang out on your own. Teachers sometimes have their meetings in here. There's subject development time where they're developing their subject.
So it's a convenient, comfy place to...
Convenient, comfy place to sit and have a drink. We've got some couches over there. As you can see, it's fairly quiet when there aren't students in here.
Is the coffee good?
Coffee's pretty good. I don't drink coffee, but they do mango juice, orange juice, bunch of juices, bunch of desserts, macaroons.
Good price?
You know.
All right, let's take a walk. Okay. So, okay, we're walking right there, right?
Yeah, so right now we're in the first floor. This is the A wing. This is where the grade ones are.
Let's walk slower.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, we're going to take a left or right?
Head left.
Okay.
We're going to go down the grade one wing.
All right.
So you're going to see a lot of creative things on the wall, as it's full of grade one students around here, as you can see.
Cool. So you're from Canada, right?
Yeah.
And you've been in China now for quite a few years?
Been here now for about 7 years. Yeah.
And why did you come to China?
So before China, I was working in the finance sector, okay? And that's a rough job. So you're on 24/7. You're always looking for clients. You're always looking for people to invest with you. And it was great career-wise, but I just wasn't passionate about it. I worked part-time with a lot of kids. I started working with them when I was 19. I was a soccer coach. I helped out with basketball, helped out with hockey, and then I actually worked with disabled kids as well, and I was a ski instructor. Those were the best days I had.
How come? What was it, a passion of yours? Or what?
You know, sometimes you wake up and you hear bad news, but then you go to work with a little kid that doesn't know this, and they love you almost unconditionally, and they'll make you a little note, and they'll be like, I missed you, look at this heart and everything. You give it to them, you're like,
so it gives you back as much as you give.
You get back as much as you can.
Right. So what happens? Finance career, and then you decide to come to China.
Yeah. So I wanted to come to actually Korea in my 20s when I visited Korea, and I visited some friends of mine for a few months, and I'm like, this is a great life. I'm like, I'm going to give it a shot because I loved working with kids. So I was like, how can I get paid more to work with kids, become a teacher?
Right, yeah.
So I was going to go to Korea, and then my grandpa suggested going to China. He's like, you got to learn Chinese. China's going to become a powerhouse. And my grandpa's the smartest guy in the family. He's a nuclear physicist.
Okay.
So I was like, I can't really go against Grandpa. He was kind of subliminally sending me newspaper articles.
Grandpa said China.
Grandpa said China.
Yeah. So how you found a job?
So I spent a few months looking at jobs. I went and did a TEFL certification, and then just like most teachers get started. And then I found one at a training center in a Tier 4 city here in Guangdong province.
Yeah.
It's called JN. Loved it. Great place to work. I worked with kids of all ages. So I started with little 4 and 5 year olds up to high school kids that want to improve their English.
Okay. So I see. So you think it's a good thing to be a teacher in China? Is it something you would recommend people to do?
Yeah, so this is, I think, if you're looking to teach internationally, this is like the sweet spot. You get paid a good salary, and you can save a lot. You get a lot of respect from the teachers, the students. You mean
it's a Chinese culture?
That's a Chinese culture.
Okay.
Like you're considered by the parents, you're like a third parent. That's how much they respect you.
But this may have some disadvantages too. We're going up here?
Yeah, we're going to go up here. So, yeah, you're right. It definitely does have some disadvantages. Where there's more pressure, and more expectations on you. We work hard. People think teachers, you only work, 168 days a year. Well, we're doing more than just 168 days a year. We're doing, sometimes 12 hours a day. We're doing weekends. There's a lot of additional hours that people don't see that we actually put in. We don't just teach our, classes and then that's it, we're done. We have to grade, we have to prep. You know, we have to continue our homeroom duties. So there's a lot of work that goes into being a teacher.
Right. So back to the question, like, okay, so the pros. I mean, it's a good thing to be a teacher in China. You get respect.
Yeah.
You can save money, right? And the cons, you say, like, you have a lot of pressure. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, depending. I mean, you could work. There's a wider range of available jobs, I think. Right.
Right.
I mean, when I first started, I worked only 2 days on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
Monday to Thursday,
Different kind
Friday.
of school.
Different kind of school.
Right.
But I worked 8 on Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
But some people like that because you get a lot more hours to have free time.
But less money.
Less money.
Yeah.
Less
Right.
money. But if you're not in it for the money, you're in it for the kids.
Right.
Then it's great, and you can still get your own time. You can still travel, and that's what some people do.
So what about your kids in your homeroom class? I saw you with your kids. They look quite happy.
Yeah, this is actually something for my homeroom class now.
Right.
So we did our 2021 New Year goals.
Your girls.
Yeah.
Right.
So they came up with something that they wanted to learn. They came up with a personal goal because we're all responsible for also helping the SEL curriculum of our homeroom.
Right.
So we wanted them to develop their own goals and something that they can, reach. Obviously, you got some that want some money.
Right. Well, that's it's okay,
That's a good goal to have.
And you've been in finance, so maybe you can help them.
Yeah, exactly.
But the kids are. Let's talk a little bit about the kids. The kids are. A lot of them come from Huawei. Their parents worked at Huawei, right?
Yeah.
Because Huawei owns the school,
Yep.
and so they're Chinese kids that often studied abroad.
Yep.
And maybe were born there,
Some of them were born abroad.
and they come back to China. How is it's very unique, right?
Very unique because they're coming back to China, and in some cases, not all, in some cases their English is better than their Chinese.
Okay.
So they're not having the typical struggle that some of our local kids have where their Chinese is so high and they need some extra help with English. Some of them would prefer to have the conversation with the international teacher because that's the native English speaker.
Right.
So it's very unique in that way.
The third culture Chinese kids.
Yes.
Which usually you don't see them in China. They are in other countries. but
Yeah, exactly.
They came back here.
Yep. And some of them speak 4 languages. Some of them
Wow.
speak Spanish, Chinese, English, and then like a local dialect that their parents have taught
Right.
them. Or France or wherever they've been, they've also adapted that local language into their languages.
What also, as an expat here, anything specific you miss from back home on a daily basis? I mean, China now is very developed. We do get
Very developed.
almost everything we want, right?
Yeah,
I'm thinking like,
I miss having a backyard. I mean, I think
That's
we
true.
all,
Yeah,
we all live in apartments here.
You
They're
could,
beautiful
I have
apartments,
I have a backyard. I have 2 backyards.
See, you got a backyard. I know.
First floor, yes.
If you're on the first floor,
Yes.
then you have a backyard.
Yes.
So that's rare. And then also, unfortunately, the first floor must come with a lot of bugs.
True. Do
So-
you get housing from the school or?
No, we get a housing allowance, and I went out and found my own apartment. I've been there for 2.5 years in that apartment.
Right.
I have a great relationship with my landlord. Beautiful apartment, 127 meters square, which for me as a Canadian, I need space.
Oh,
so there's
yes,
only 2
yes.
of us, me and my wife,
Right.
but I need space.
So what advice you would give a teacher coming to teach in China in 2021, 2022? What would be your advice from your years of experience?
Well, from the years of experience that I've had, the advice that I would probably give is
Yeah.
study the culture, because Chinese people have 5,000 years of history and they want you to know about it. So it's always good to know what you're getting into. You're going to have a culture shock, and try to bring some of those home comforts. So like for me, I miss certain things at home that I just can't get here. Whether it's clothing or food, there is everything you can get here, but unfortunately it's in different sizes or it's not as authentic.
Certain things bring with you and
Yep.
study the culture, study the history, and you will find it easier to live here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I miss my maple syrup because you can't get real maple syrup.
Right.
You must know that. So I can't get real maple syrup. So those kind of things, I brought a big tin with me.
What's
So
this? Some
I think, as you saw, Mr. Hacker, this is his project.
I
So
see
he's
project.
doing, he did the solar system with his grade 6 class, and then they put it up here for display all around this area for other students to
It's like
check
a
out the work.
workshop.
It's like a workshop.
Okay.
I mean, we really want students to be proud of what they do, and we want them to display their work.
All right, Huey. I think, walking around the school, I think you're quite lucky
I'm a lucky guy.
to work in this kind of school.
Yeah.
In China, this is quite unique. It seems like teachers are quite happy, facilities are quite amazing, kids are happy. So thank you for talking to me today.
No problem.
All right. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, a like, subscribe to this channel, and you can write me some comments about questions you want me to ask the next people I interview on Voices from China. Until next one, see you later.